Hi, my name is Andrea Alves, and this is my presentation on observation versus inference. What is an observation? An observation is the active process of using the five senses to carefully watch, notice, or measure from phenomena, people, or objects to collect information or data. Examples of observations include watching a plant grow, which is something that you see with your eyes, hearing insects chirp, which is you using your sense of hearing to physically hear the bugs make a noise. Measuring temperature which is once again using your eyes to physically see the temperature change. And recording behaviors. You're using your sight or even your hearing or your touch to record different behaviors that different things have. Um, What is an inference? An inference is the logical process of reaching a conclusion based on evidence, reasoning, and or prior knowledge. Examples of inferences include inferring that it's raining because people near you are opening their umbrellas. You are observing that people around you are opening their umbrellas with your sense of sight, obviously. And then you know from your prior knowledge that umbrellas are used when it's raining. So therefore you come to your in inference that it is raining outside. Another example is inferring that someone is mad because they are yelling. You are hearing that somebody is yelling with your sense of hearing, obviously. And you know from your prior knowledge that yelling often means that somebody is mad. So you come to your inference that somebody is mad. Last example is inferring that someone is going to class because they have their backpack on. You can see that somebody has their backpack on, and you know that from your prior knowledge what backpacks are used for, which is often going to school. So you come to your inference that that person is going to school. Um, what is the difference between these two? Observations are objective facts gathered directly through your five senses, which is your touch, your sight, your taste, your smell, and your hearing, while inferences are subjective interpretations based on observations or prior knowledge. This is basically saying that you cannot have inferences without observations, and that's kind of something that you can try and memorize, that observations are necessary to have inferences. Observations know what is happening, while inferences explain why this thing is happening. The implications that these have on geology. Geology heavily relies on inferring past events from modern observations. Things like tectonic plate movement and paleo environments need to be assumed to be an explanation for mountains, fossils, and various other things that geologists study. Obviously, modern day geologists weren't there to feel or see the tectonic plates move or to see the sort of animals that the fossils that they are studying. So they kind of have to assume that these things happened based on their observations and the knowledge that they have, because obviously they weren't present for these things, and not many people were. Um, these processes allow geologists to interpret Earth's history, but they also risk cognitive bias, necessitating multiple people to work on a hypothesis. This is often why multiple scientists pitch in their ideas and their interpretations of their observations just to make sure that there is no bias in the work that they're doing. Um, and that's my video. Thank you so much for watching.